Second video of today, guys. Welcome back to the Cerwin-Vega Museum channel here on YouTube. I all wrapped up a video about the RL series, and now I'm going to dive into the next one. And this is more like what some collectors can do, should do, and what we all maybe are already doing. You know, I collect more than just Cerwin-Vega speakers. I am a Cerwin-Vega history collector. I eat, breathe, sleep, everything Cerwin-Vega, as long as it's old school. Doesn't mean I totally hate the new school or don't like it. They have some great car audio products out right now, and I have some of that stuff, so I like it. Don't get me wrong. But there's something about the aura, there's something about the soul of the company that was officially founded in 54, but kind of got its early birth in 1948. So what do I do, and what do I think more people that collect Cerwin-Vega and are Cerwin-Vega fans should do? Because I see a lot of people collecting speakers, and they have a lot of them. Oh, there's a lot of collectors that has way more speakers from Cerwin-Vega than I do. My collection is kind of small compared to many people. But that's because I don't have room for it right now. So I want to take a little bit of time, not long, and just a little bit, to show you what I pay a lot of time and effort and money into. Because I have to buy a lot of this stuff. Like I said once before in a video, I had a huge extensive collection of catalogs, documentation, stuff like that, and it got, sadly, I lost it. In a very, very unfortunate way. So I am building back up my shit, and here it goes. Here's my, you probably heard me talk about it in the past, the Bible. I have a Bible right here. Not a big one right now. I used to have a Bible that was probably 10 times the thickness of this one. Now you know what I lost. So what's in this Bible of mine? Well, I don't know if you can see it, but I have some stickers and buttons and pins and all kinds of stuff here on the first one, just because I didn't know where else to put it. But what we have in here is, I have a directory, and my directory says catalogs, spec sheets, manuals, and ads. So what does that mean? Well, this is exactly what it is. Catalogs is catalogs of models that Cerwin-Vega released and made and sold on the market. I have, like I said, I have directories for all freaking models that have made and that has been on the market. Hi-Fi and Pro Audio. Catalogs can be just simple sheets like this. These are too big to fit in one of those binder plastic things. So they're two-sided. There are pictures on the front, and they have specs on the back and stuff like that. So, you know, many different models. So I'm here. And then I have some goodies. These are the really rare old ones that you can't find much more. Something on the back there. This is for the Pro Audio. And this is like a fold out one, if I can get it open. You know. But here there's a lot of good information that goes way back to the old days. Very old days. So I have all, like, let's see, try not to mess things up too much. You know, official things from Cerwin-Vega like this. The one here was about hi-fi and stuff like that. Instructions, installation, and operation of Cerwin-Vega residential speaker systems. And then I have another one here that is 2 or 3 pages. That is facts about the Cerwin-Vega sound system used in the motion picture Earthquake. That's kind of cool reading. There's this one here, and it has, like, let's see, Yeah, there's 2 pages full of facts about the motion picture. This is official Cerwin-Vega stuff. So that is something that I collected, that I have, that it goes into my Bible. And of course, we can just go through a few of them. I have catalogs. These are here. I have 2 of one, 2 of the same. So these are just like, this is the high energy design. That's like a fold out like that, and then it folds out again like that. So, you know, it has all the information you need about every model, specs, all kinds of stuff like that. And that's important to have. And I read on these. I kind of like, these are my study books. This is my school books that I read. And then we have this more pro audio from the 80s, 70s and 80s. And there's like, okay, I can take it out. I'll show you guys. This one can be opened like this. It has like, oh, tons of models. So these are old, and these are so rare. You will, you know, I started collecting these things back in the late 80s, early 90s. And the big collection that I had sadly got tossed, thrown away by someone that I really now hate. And I had a collection huge. I had spent money, time, and blood, sweat, and tears to get that, and it got tossed. I had to start all over again. I started this one like 4 or 5 years ago. And some of these are so hard to find. So hard to find. And some of these comes from insiders that worked for Cerwin-Vega that now no longer are alive. They gave it to me as like, hey, we want you to take care of this. We want you to have this. So I was lucky. I was very, very lucky. Because some of these I have here, I didn't have from in the old collection. The older collection was more from the newer things. But I still had a little book that I really wish I had now, that I don't have anymore. And then we have this one. This one is the same thing. Very old, very, very hard to find. You won't be able to find. You won't be able to find it. You maybe see it once here and there, like one every 10 years if you're lucky. And inside, this is like a booklet. So inside you have pages like this. It's about everything they had. Everything HED, Pro. Even the consumer thing like CB radios, more CB radios and amplifiers for those. More of that scanner. Then you have the car audio with the first power amplifier down here, the 6x9s right there. They had a head unit, cassette deck, and of course they had antenna and boosters. So this is a very, very rare one. So I urge people to take good care of these things and collect them. And if you have some that you don't want, you feel this is not my room, not my area of collecting, contact me. I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Then we have one here. This one is a little special for me. It's called the HED systems. I own, because this is about the V8, the V10, and the V12 that came out in 71, 72, and lasted until 74, 75. I own every model of these. I have these models. I have the V8, I have the V10 in perfect playing condition, and I have the V12 that needs foam. So I have all these 3 models. So this catalog kind of means a little bit to me because I have all the speakers. So that's one. I don't think we have time to go through all of them, but my dog is barking like nuts. He's kind of stupid. Okay, so we move on from that. And then of course we have like, you know, the Model T. The 12T. And then we have the 36R. And of course, these are double-sided as well, with all the specs and everything you need. Because these was dealer sheets that Cerwin-Vega sent out to dealers that they could give to customers. And then we have the 214, same on that one. But you know, most people didn't save them. So, oh, and then we have some pro amps, some Cerwin-Vega amplifiers, all the specs and all kinds of stats that you want. And we have, of course, we have a Metron, but this is more like a catalog. This is also what the Cerwin-Vega sent out to the dealers. That dealers are then trying to sell something. They gave these to customers, so customers could take home, and you know that was typical for the 70s and 80s. I had like that was my own fault. I had probably 2,000 or 2,500 catalogs for every freaking brand from the 70s and 80s, because I collected it. I went to my local hi-fi stores, and I picked up catalogs as soon as they came out with new ones. I picked them up. Here's another one, different model from Metron, and then of course more Metron because you have the preamplifier. But I threw away that when I moved, so because I was like, do I really need this now? Nah. I kept my Cerwin-Vega, but I threw away everything else. It's kind of sad that I did. And then of course we have some high-end HED car stereo things. Oops. And some more car stereo. And the beautiful thing about these is that all of them, most of them, have all the specs, you know. And then we have some more of this Pro Audio catalog, 6 pages. We have more Metron. This is a 4-page catalog. And then I have this one. This one is really, really cool. I have 2 of this one. It's a little mini one. But it folds out. That's something you don't see too often. A huge 24-channel mixing console from Cerwin-Vega. You don't see that too often. That's a rare thing. If you come across it, buy it. So I have 2 of that catalog. And then we have, oh, what the heck happened here? Then we have this one. Price list. So here you have all the models I sold at that time with prices and everything, what they've sold on the market for at that time. And then I have something here that some people have this one. This one is not as rare. This one can be found. You can find this one. 5-6 pages with all the models. I can take it out just to show it to those of you who don't have it. So you fold it out like that, and it has a lot of cool information. And then you can fold it out one more time like that. So they're cool things, you know. So this is what makes my hobby so much more fun, because I don't only do the speakers, I do the whole history of Cerwin-Vega, and everything I can come across with the old school Cerwin-Vega name on it. Then I have a couple of these. All the specs, and there's like fold outs there too. Oh, and then we have the D3. I don't know. I think they made separate. I think that they made a catalog for the whole D series, and then they made sales sheets for Every single model almost. There's something I printed out online. And then of course I have two of this one, I think. I have 2 or 3 of this one. How many do I have? Because I learned my lesson. If you have one, you're very vulnerable if you lose one. There's one there. There's 2. I have 3 of them. It folds out like that. And the next one is the Holy Grail. One of the Holy Grails. I have a couple of Holy Grails. The next one, there's maybe one other person out there that I know of that has it. This one you will never ever freaking find. This was gifted to me by Walter Hoffman. Thank you, Walter. I really like this. I will appreciate this. I will cherish this for the rest of my life. As you all know, Walter Hoffman used to work for JBL. He was headhunted from JBL to Cerwin-Vega to develop their horn driver diaphragms. So Walter Hoffman is directly responsible for many diaphragms that Cerwin-Vega used in their horns in pro audio, and he worked there for decades. Walter was also one person that helped. There was Walter, John Fairchild, and Gene Cerwinski with a little bit of input from Ken Koga that made the pro audio and hi-fi as a version of Stroker into the car audio Stroker. Those were the guys who did that. That tells you how important Walter Hoffman was for that company. This is the Holy Grail of the 1950s catalog from Cerwin-Vega, where you have all the models that was made by Cerwin-Vega in the 50s. All the Vega corner horn speaker models, the 500, the 400, the 300, the 200, the 100, the 50, and then of course the record player right there, and amplifier and all kinds of stuff. And then of course you have all the specs on every freaking model. This is the holy freaking grail of catalogs. Is it all original? No, it's a photocopy that I have gotten, that he gave me, because this was how he did it himself when he got a hand of it. But to have a copy of it, I am extremely, because they were made like this. They were not like glossy paper or anything. This was like this. So this is just, he run it through a copy machine or whatever. But if you're looking for the holy freaking grail of catalogs, this is it. 1950s Cerwin-Vega catalog. You won't find it. Trust me. You can try, but you won't find it. And don't even ask me if I'm going to make copies of it and send out, because I'm not. If I do, I would charge you quite a bit of money for it. But I'm not doing it. And then we have something that Cerwin-Vega gave out, that they didn't give out too often. They have the 30th anniversary newsletter. And in here, I think it's in this one. There's something really special. Yes. In this, it kind of like, since it was Cerwin-Vega's 30th birthday, which means 1984, they had, you know, on the back side, in here there's stories about how he got started. You can see a picture of Gene right there doing stuff, and here you have a picture of the Ghost, and you have some information about the Ghost here. This is the holy grail of Cerwin-Vega speakers. Vega 500, I'm sorry, you're my favorite, but you have to move along. This is the holy grail of speakers. Here's a picture of some private collection that Gene had in the early days. Here's the Vega 500 or 400, and then 500 up there in the corner with Gene going through it in the early 50s. And then you have the Magnastat right there. And of course you had, everyone knows that picture, Marshall Buck and Gene Cerwin-Vega trying to tune the SR series. So this is something that you also will have problems finding. I have that one, and then I have another newsletter. There's another newsletter. And you remember I talked to you about Walter Hoffman? Here you can see. Rest in peace, Walter. More residential systems. I have a few of these. I have several of them. That's more of those. And then I have, you know, that. Specs in the back. And then of course you have this one. Some of these are easy to find, but this one is hard to find. You won't find that many easily now. And then of course, the one that never came to fruition or whatever you call it, that was never made. The Magnastat series, and the thing is, it has the specs on the back. And then of course you have microphones. And then you have the earth shakers, which is amplifiers. And here you also have, this is like, this catalog talks to you about, not only about the products, I have several of it. I don't have to take both of them out. So this is a catalog that you can open up like this, and it has the amplifiers like this, and there's more amplifiers like that. But it also has some explanations back here, but it also has this one, which was the granddaddy of all Cerwin-Vega amplifiers. This one's from the 50s. The A500, the world's first high-power solid-state amplifier from 1957. There you go. And first solid state means first solid states of all brands. Cerwin-Vega was the first company to make a solid state amplifier. And then of course, sadly, I got this one. This was the auction and things that they had when they had it after they sold the company, and Stanton wanted to auction off everything. Or was this before? Maybe Cerwin-Vega had an auction. I'm not sure if it was Cerwin-Vega or if it was Stanton who did it. Then you have that from the 70s when they did the 70s and 80s when they did the disco thing, and they have diagrams on how to line things up and how to hook it up and all that kind of stuff. And then of course you have this one. This one is easy to find. I've seen this one for sale on eBay many times. Yes, you can open this one up. This folds out and everything. And then you have the stage monitors. And then you have the L48 DD double horns. That folds out. And then you have a mixing console. This is more pro audio. So you have all the information and pricing and all stuff. This was a price list from back then, a dealer price list with catalog. And then a new product bulletin, when a new product came out, they will send this to the dealers as an information thing. There. And of course they did that on the little box, the DB10. And then we have the equalizer, fold out catalog, more power amps, and all of these are official documents and official catalogs from Cerwin-Vega. official product sheets. So there's nothing here that I haven't made. I have stuff that I have made too, just to make sure that I have it in my collection, but everything I show you now is official. Then more amplifier things. And then we have the Metron Suffet official catalog. This is extremely hard to find. I have 2 of it. And the Suffet folds out like this, and it explains the whole technology behind what they did, how they did it, has specifications and everything in there. Really cool. And this one is the D series. The D series had 3 different types of catalogs. I've seen 3 different ones. God knows why. But it folds out like this. Has all the information you want. And then of course you have to have the 12TR. And then dealer things. These were used by dealers. I have quite a few of these that comes from Hoffman. Hoffman's House of Hi-Fi, I think they were called. They were located in Ohio. Hoffman's House of Stereo. This was back in the 70s. They were located in Euclid Avenue, I think it says. Wickliffe, Ohio. I have another model here. These are original Cerwin-Vegas, but he put his stamp on them. Right there. But these were sent out by Cerwin-Vega, so dealers. Because back in the day, Cerwin-Vega sent out a binder, a thick binder to the dealers. I used to have one of those binders, but I don't know where it went. It's so sad to think about. This is one of the things that I have made myself. You know, the AT series. I made some spec sheets just to have the specs on paper as well, because you can't trust the electronics too much. What if we run into a zombie apocalypse and there's no more internet? Where do you find the specs? Well, I have it now. I have more here that I made. This one is something that it's not official, something I made. I collected information online and I made it myself. And then we have, of course, I have service manuals. These are official service manuals with diagrams and all kinds of things. This is for an amplifier. And then, of course, I have many different that I have collected, because people throw these away. Warranty cards. And there's some more types of warranty cards here too, different types. And we have more manual of operation amplifiers. And then, of course, this one is fairly easy to find. It's the IT. It's a full, complete thing of the IT series. Car audio. And then, of course, you have the Cerwin-Vega home theater thing. I also have Cerwin-Vega 1215 diaphragm of the crossover, how that is made. We have the service manual for Metron, the PR1 preamplifier. So if I ever get those and I need to have them repaired, I can take them to a repair shop. I have the book. They don't need to do a backwards re-engineering thing. Now I also have some other stuff in here that is really cool. I think I've shown you guys before. Dealer price lists, the name of dealers all over the United States from the 70s. More warranty cards. Original Cerwin-Vega envelopes that was sent to, that was sent to people, and they saved them. Now more envelopes right here. So when I say that I collect everything Cerwin-Vega from the old school, I mean I collect everything. I don't care if it's a pin, a button, a sticker, whatever it is, a decal, a label, whatever, or an envelope, or whatever it is. I collect it. And then of course this one I made myself when they set the record, car audio SPL competition record. And then this one is this is a copy from a magazine that I had to do. I got Hoffman sent me this one because this one contained this is a magazine that had a 2-page or 3-page or 4-page thing about Cerwin-Vega when they in the 90s started up building line arrays. So the Cerwin-Vega line array system is in there. You won't find that line array system ever anywhere else because it was never made for the public. This one came in the mail yesterday. It's an ad. Like I said, I collect ads. This was a magazine ad for the S1. So this you would find this back in the day in a magazine. It could be electronics magazine. It could be in Playboy. It could be in any kind of magazine. So this one came yesterday in the mail. I bought it. Yeah, I buy stuff like that. And I have another ad here, magazine for the AT series. Because Cerwin-Vega didn't do much advertising in the for their products anywhere. Here's another one. These are magazine ads. And here's another one. And this one is kind of cool. This is an ad, magazine ad for the 12TR. A T series. This was the T series. 15T. I thought it was the 12TR. It was the 15T. This is an ad for 15T. And another ad for 15T. And then we had an ad for Pro Audio. And another ad for Pro Audio. And that's what I have here right now. I have a few more things, but they're not here. They are in storage. I have a little box, maybe 20 or 34 more things. But this is how I build my Bible. Oh, half-an-hour video. So, just do it like this. Just get a binder, and oh, don't forget those. Just get a binder, and you make yourself a Bible. It's easy. It's easy peasy easy. I always done it since the first day. So now you know how my Bible looks like. Let me show you show me what your Bible looks like. Please, I would like to see collections. I love it when people collect stuff. Not just speakers. Please show me in the Facebook group or whatever what kind of collection you have on catalogs, spec sheets, whatever it is. Ads, whatever. Buttons, pins, stickers, whatever. Show it. Let's see. Take care, guys.